They say family is everything. But mine forgot I existed until they needed me again. I'm Nora, I'm 28. And last weekend, I learned what it really means to be invisible. The grill was hot. The table was set. My house, my first house, looked perfect. I'd spent weeks planning this barbecue. String lights, homemade cookies, the smell of fresh paint and pride. It wasn't fancy, but it was mine. By 2 p.m., my friends had arrived. By 3, I realized my family never would. Not a text, not a call, just silence. Later that night, my phone lit up. Dad calling, messages flooding in, panic everywhere. "Where are you, Nora? It's an emergency!" Apparently Madison, my little sister, had lost her new waitress job. The same job they'd all skipped my housewarming to celebrate. Funny how they only remember me when there's a mess to clean up. Growing up, I was the easy one. The quiet middle child who never asked for much. Good grades, clean record, always dependable. Madison was the spark. The loud one. The dreamer. Every mistake she made was called a phase. When she dropped out of college, twice, Mom said, "She just hasn't found her passion yet." When she quit 3 jobs in 1 year, Dad said, "She's still figuring herself out." When I got my promotion, they said, "That's great, honey," and changed the subject to Madison's latest journey. It's like every light in the family home pointed at her, while I kept the power running in the dark. I worked since I was 16, paid my way through college, saved every dollar for that house. 4 years of saying no to nights out, to vacations, to anything that wasn't rent or savings. And still, somehow I was the selfish one. Because I didn't need help. Because I didn't demand attention. Because I didn't make chaos. When I bought the house, Mom said, "Make sure you get good insurance." Dad said, "That's great, honey. Did you hear Madison's new plan?" Sometimes I wonder if they even see me at all. At birthdays, I'm the one behind the camera. At dinners, I'm the one refilling glasses, not the one toasted. And every "we're proud of you" sounds like a reflex, not a feeling. I used to tell myself they just showed love differently. But maybe they just ran out of love by the time they got to me. Easy. If being invisible is easy, then I guess I've had it easy. I wasn't the easy one. I was just the one they never had to clean up after. That night, after everyone left, the silence in my new house felt alive. You know that kind of silence that hums? The one that makes you hear your own heartbeat? That was me, sitting on the kitchen floor, a plate of untouched cookies beside me. Out of habit, I opened Instagram. Madison's face filled the screen, smiling in her crisp white uniform. Our parents beside her, wine glasses raised. "Proud of our girl," Mom's caption read. Hundreds of likes. Comments from cousins, coworkers, even our old neighbors. My thumb froze. They were all together. At her new restaurant. At the exact same time I was flipping burgers alone in my backyard. I checked my texts again. Nothing. Then Jake's words came back to me. "Didn't you see it in the family chat?" Family chat. A chat I wasn't part of. I scrolled through Madison's photos until the algorithm stopped recognizing my grief. Every post, a shrine to her new chapter. Every comment, a chorus of applause. I looked around my living room. The couch I'd bought secondhand. The walls still smelling like paint. The small string lights I'd hung myself. And suddenly, the pride I'd felt turned into something colder. It wasn't just that they forgot my barbecue. It was that they'd built a whole celebration without even realizing they'd erased me. Maybe they didn't mean to leave me out. Maybe they just forgot to remember me. I sat there for hours, replaying old memories like home movies. The graduations they almost missed. The birthdays they forgot until the next day. The way Mom always said, "You're so strong, Nora." As if strength was something I'd chosen instead of built out of neglect. And Dad, he never looked disappointed in me, but he never looked proud either. Just neutral, like I'd become furniture in my own family portrait. I used to think love meant patience, that being the stable one was something to be proud of. But what if it just made me invisible? Scrolling back months, I saw it everywhere. Every family post had Madison's name. Every comment thread was a parade of praise. My name showed up like a ghost, an afterthought. The more I looked, the more a strange calm settled over me, like I'd finally stopped begging for a language they'd never learn. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't text anyone. I just closed my phone, turned off the lights, and whispered, "I see it now." It wasn't anger anymore. It was clarity, cold, steady, and final. The truth didn't break me. It just removed the blindfold I'd been calling love. My phone wouldn't stop ringing. Dad, Mom, Jake, even Madison, all demanding the same thing, that I drop everything and rush to fix her mistake. At first, I just stared at the screen. Then I laughed. A short, bitter sound that didn't feel like me. I let the phone buzz until it went quiet. Then I turned it face down and went back to seasoning the grilled vegetables I'd planned for dinner. The sizzle from the pan was the only sound in my house. My house. The one nobody cared enough to visit. When Dad finally got through, his voice was sharp. Nora, you need to come right now. Madison's in trouble. She might lose her job. Why? She got into it with her manager. Said something online. You're good with people. Maybe you can smooth it over. That's when I felt something click in my chest. Dad, I said quietly. You skipped my housewarming barbecue to take pictures of Madison at work. You didn't even tell me. And now you want me to drive 40 minutes to fix her mess? No, I'm not coming. He went silent for a long time. Then came the sigh, heavy, disappointed, familiar. You're being dramatic. And click, the line went dead. I stood there for a long time, holding my phone, feeling the echo of that word. Dramatic. The family's favorite label for anything they didn't want to face. It used to hurt. Tonight it didn't. Because for the first time I realized being called dramatic meant I'd stopped being invisible. It meant I'd stopped quietly cleaning up everyone else's disasters and started choosing myself instead. I walked to the backyard, where the string lights still hung from the barbecue that never happened. They swayed gently in the breeze, soft light flickering against the dark sky. I poured a glass of wine, sat alone under those lights, and felt something I hadn't felt in years. Peace. No phone buzzing, no guilt, no noise, just peace. It turns out silence can be louder than any apology you never get. But peace is a strange thing. It's quiet, yes, but it also demands honesty. Sitting there, I realized how terrified I was of this calm. Because once you taste freedom, you can never go back to being small. They'd call me distant, cold, maybe even heartless. But I'd rather be heartless than hollow. That night, I promised myself one thing. I'd never apologize again for choosing myself first. The world didn't end when I said no. It just got quiet enough for me to hear myself. By Monday morning, the silence had turned into noise again. Dozens of unread messages. Missed calls. But this time, I didn't feel panic. Just exhaustion. Mom's text came first. Madison lost her job. Hope you're happy. I stared at it for a full minute, then locked my phone again. Happy? I wasn't happy. I was tired. Tired of being blamed for storms I didn't start. Tired of being the family's emotional sponge. The one who absorbs all the mess, so no one else has to feel uncomfortable. That night, Jake showed up at my door, holding a tray of coffee like a peace offering. He looked around, wide-eyed. Wow, Nora, this place is incredible. I'm sorry I missed the barbecue. I folded my arms. You didn't just miss it. You all skipped it. Big difference. He nodded slowly. I know. And I came to tell you something. Madison didn't lose her job because of a customer. She got fired because she spent her shift taking selfies. When the manager told her to stop, she posted about him online. Dad thought maybe you could go talk to him. You know, fix it. I let out a sharp laugh. Of course he did. Jake grimaced. Yeah, it was bad. She tagged the restaurant Nora. Half her followers spammed the place with hate comments before she even clocked out. So that was the emergency? He nodded. They thought if you came down, you could smooth things over. You're the reasonable one. The words stung more than I wanted to admit. Reasonable one. Translation. The one who cleans up the chaos. The one who never says no. Well, I said softly, the reasonable one has retired. Jake looked down. Shame clouded his face. I think you're right to step back, he said. You've carried this family for too long. It was the first time anyone had said it out loud. And hearing it made something inside me crack, in a good way. For once, someone saw it. Not just my achievements, but my exhaustion. When he left, I sat by the window, coffee in hand, watching dusk settle over the street. My phone buzzed again. Another text from Mom. Family dinner Wednesday. Dad's grilling. Please come. I typed 3 words. Not this time. Then I muted the group chat. The world didn't end. The sky didn't fall. The only thing that broke was the cycle. But in the quiet that followed, I realized something deeper. Peace isn't loud. It doesn't shout or demand attention. It just sits beside you, like a weight finally lifted. And for the first time in years, I didn't feel like the problem to be solved. I felt like my own person. No fixing, no performing, no apologizing for being tired of it all. Just me, breathing. They'd called me dramatic, cold, selfish. But the truth was simple. I was finally free enough to disappoint them. The next morning felt strange. Too quiet. Too calm. No buzzing phone. No guilt sitting on my chest. For once, I didn't wake up wondering who needed me today. I just existed. Coffee, sunlight through the window, silence that didn't feel empty. A week passed before anyone reached out. Jake texted first. Dinner soon? Just us. It wasn't an apology, but it was a start. Then Mom called. Her voice was smaller than usual. Nora, I think we took you for granted. It wasn't everything I wanted to hear, but it was honest. I know you love Madison, I said, but I need you to love me loudly too. She cried. I didn't. For once, the tears weren't mine to carry. That weekend, I planted flowers in my backyard. The soil was soft and forgiving. Every bloom felt like a promise that things could grow again, even after neglect. I wasn't waiting for their approval anymore. I wasn't waiting for a seat at a table I'd already outgrown. Because the truth was simple. Family isn't just the people you're born to. It's the ones who show up, the ones who listen, the ones who see you. And sometimes, you have to walk away from the noise to hear yourself again. If you've ever been made to feel invisible, I see you. You're not too much. You're not too cold. You're not hard to love. You're just done being small for people who never noticed your light. So choose yourself, start over if you have to. And when they finally notice you're gone, let them wonder how they lost. The quiet one who kept everything together. I didn't need to fix my family. I just needed to fix the way I let them define me. If you've ever had to walk away to find peace, you're not alone. Wherever you're watching from, morning coffee or late night quiet, I'd like to hear your story in the comments. And if this one stayed with you, subscribe to join a community that believes strength isn't silence, it's knowing when to speak.